Hello everyone, I want to welcome you to another edition and episode of Food Talks. Remember, the aim of this program is to help you develop a better relationship with your food because actually your food is talking and you need to listen for it to give you the necessary nutrients that your body needs to function. So if you can remember that last week I talked about why you need to eat healthy. But today's episode is going to be focused on remote workers. And I'm super excited for this particular episode because I know the struggles of eating healthy and managing your work. Because if you're a remote worker, it's as if you're on a 24-hour clock, and it's very, very hard to even think about food. Then imagine when you now have snacks around, those things that you like keeping around. So it looks very, very difficult. But I came here today in this episode to break the camel's back because it's super easy to eat healthy. I think like it's even better for those that are doing remote work than those that are doing 9 to 5 job because if you're doing like 9 to 5 job, you have to literally wake up early to prepare for work and you might not really have much time to prepare your food and all those things. So if you're a remote worker, I think you have a little bit of advantage towards eating a healthier life. So let me jump right in because today's episode is going to be short. Yes, but it's going to be impactful. Okay. So the first thing I want to say is that eating healthy is not that hard as it seems. Yes, it's not hard. I'm a remote worker, so I know, believe me when I say that it's not hard. It's not hard. Actually, it's not hard. And I'm going to give you some tips that help to overcome my own fears of eating healthy while working from home. Because I really struggled with it and even exercising. I really had a hard time finding time for eating healthy and exercising on daily basis. So I will share some of my secrets with you. And if you're ready, just drop a love or a like button. I said like emoji. Okay, so let me jump right in. So remember I told you I'm always my notes. So I hope you're with your notes today. So the first thing I wrote down is meal planning. Meal planning. As simple and as common as the word meal planning is, it's super important that you plan your meals ahead of time. That way, you are being deliberate about what you eat. So in that way, you're planning ahead. Let me say, if you decide I'm going to, oh, this week, I'm going to take this on Monday, take this on Tuesday, take this on Wednesday, you already, in your mind, it breaks down or solves your 90% of the problem because you already have an idea of what to cook. Because I think one of the challenges while working remote is that you don't really have time to think on what you want to cook or what you want to eat. So when you plan ahead of time, maybe during the weekends or on Sundays, you plan ahead on what you're going to eat at least 2 days ahead or 3 days ahead. You're already planning your mind, or preparing your mind, giving your mind the mental capacity on is going to, um, what is coming in the future. So when you plan ahead, you already 90% of the work is done. That means you know what and what you should buy from the market that weekend. So you see that meal planning plays a lot of role when it has to do with eating healthy. It saves you time, it saves cost, and it saves you the stress of eating plenty um, junks that are not good for your body, that your body cannot get nutrients from at all at all. So meal planning is very, very important, super, super important. Then the second thing I'll mention is buying in bulk. Like that buying in bulk has saved me a lot of stress. Like sometimes I can buy foodstuffs for 2 months ahead of time. Like when I go to market, like I literally bring that time, go to market, buy those food and put them. When I buy, please don't buy tomato in bulk, especially if you're in an area where there's no light. When after that Jennifer told you to go and buy food in bulk and you want to go and buy tomato, please don't buy perishable goods in bulk. But things like your rice, beans, some of those things that you can store without it getting spoiled over time. You can buy them in bulk so that you now know that what you are buying is just small, small things that you just, maybe the vegetables, you just step out and go and buy them. Okay. Then if you have a fridge, it's even better for you because you can store some of the perishable goods inside your fridge and it can last you for a week, for that week, depending on what you plan to eat. So buying in bulk will save you a lot of stress. That means you literally have food at home. You literally have food at home that you're going to eat. You don't even really need to stress yourself so much. Then the next thing I wrote was buying fruits that are in season. Because one of the challenges that people have when it has to do with eating fruits daily is everything is costly. So most people they get discouraged on that aspect. So what you can do is to buy fruits that are in season. I believe when they're in season is relatively affordable. Okay, relatively affordable. So you can buy fruits and veggies that are in season and use them, maximize them during that period. I think one of my friends told me that if people like you can eat healthy if you start thinking of buying each fruit when it's in season. Let me say if udara is in season, you will lick udara now. If orange is in season, you will lick orange. If banana, you lick. So all those things, eating fruits in season can save you cost and make things easier for you. So it has helped me too. It has really helped me. Then I think this last one is tricky. It's very tricky because it's not everybody that have it. So the next thing is have a fridge. When you have a fridge, you can cook food in bulk. At least you can cook stew and store. You can cook soup and store in your freezer. Okay, so it will save you a lot of stress. So if you can afford it, you can buy it and it's a good equipment to have around, especially if you're a remote worker. First of all, you'll be able to store your vegetables and also you'll be able to cook in bulk. So you don't have to really be cooking every time of the day. Okay, what you can do just maybe I want to eat stew today, I'll just bring it out and cook small rice. So you can even, there are some fridge that can even help you store your rice, like cooked rice. You just cook rice and store it in freezer. All you have to do is to bring it out. When it defreezes, you now take out what you want, the portion you want. So it will save you a lot of stress. So fridge is something that you need to get. And I believe some of us even have it, but you're not maximizing it. So this is my ginger to encourage you to start making use of it. It will save you time, okay, and save you a lot of stress because we know we are trying to conserve the little time we have. We barely have time to cook. So this is one of the ways that can make it faster for you. Then, as usual, I always have one last point. You guys should be getting used to this particular point already. And that's take it one step at a time. All of these things, I just wrote them down. You can start with one, okay? You can start with two. You can start with three. Just take it one step at a time. Don't try to overburden yourself because one of the things you have to do is know is this. If you try to do everything at the same time, okay, madam, it will stress you and you feel like, oh, this is not working. But if you try to take it one at a time, trust me, it's going to save you a lot of stress and you'll be glad you did. So maybe this week, just choose one of all the steps I talked about. I talked about planning your meals ahead of time. The second point I said buying in bulk, especially the non-perishable goods. Your rice, your beans, your spaghetti, those of you that like pasta, then your yam too, and potatoes, okay? Buy them in bulk. Decide one day and just go and do that. Then buy foods that are in season. For those of you that have been complaining that some foods are not affordable, so you can buy them while they're in season. It's affordable during that time. Then have a fridge. If you have a fridge, start maximizing it. If you don't have a fridge yet, it's okay. But you can start planning towards it because it's a good equipment to have around. Then take it one step at a time. So I want to thank you for staying to the end of this particular episode, and I hope you got one or two things from it. If you have any question, remember my DM is always open. So hurry up and go to my DM and leave me a message. I'll be glad to reply you. I'll be glad to answer you. Then if you feel like you're not comfortable, you can go to my bio and message me via WhatsApp. I'm always available to respond to you. So bye. Remember, this is Food Talks where I teach you how to have a better relationship with food. Okay, so listen to your food in order to eat it well and let it give you the right nutrients you need. Bye bye. See you next time.